I'm just wondering what you think about whether plans are useful or not. Like I find that I make plans every morning, and I really enjoy making them, but then by the end of the day, I sort of feel trapped in them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a higher order going on unfailingly, and that's my purpose. Yeah, but that thing is so important. That meeting is so important. No, priorities. To be at home in myself now. And we continue to learn the nature of the universe, that it's friendly, right, and it's happening for us. So I don't make that meeting, and something beautiful, something beautiful shows up that I could not have planned and I would have missed if I were at the meeting. But if I'm focused on, I missed the meeting, I planned it, that was poor planning for me. Why didn't I know the road was closed? I should have checked the internet, all of that. I'm just loving what is. Because without all that mental, I can see what is. I'm awake and aware to what is. So plan, and just for me to love what is just, can I just get my teeth brushed? And it may be third in order when I thought it would be first in order, but I'm open. Honey, I don't see any one thing more important than another, because this is the ultimate experience, peace. And I find that, for 30 something years, I've traveled all over the world, and I have, oh my goodness, I've slept on the floor. I've slept with babies wetting their, I've just, oh my God, the privilege. And I've just done nothing more than what we're talking about. And I've missed flights, and I've doing my best. And that is, and I think doing my best is what I'm awake to. Hmm. And it doesn't matter how I think that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Have I done my best? And the answer's always yes. And when it's not, I can make that right. Admit it, wake up, make it right, start over. And I love that too. So yeah, make plans. They're fantasies. They're fabulous. They're excellent. They're excellent. Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. That being caught up in going between the toothbrush and the bed, that's where I feel that my suffering is a lot of the time just like, what should I do first? It sounds so silly, but I get caught up in it. Kind of as my mind has cleared, like those are the things that I worry about. Mm-hmm. But that really is helpful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad, because you're into some good times. Yeah. Really good times. My gosh, you begin to, in that, you're just, it feels, I don't know if you can see my hand or not, but it's like that, my body, it's like that, yeah. But it's peace all the way, and there's no rush, and I'm just awake to the mind, and just, because that's what I'm dealing with, not the world. And the world is a reflection of this. Oh, honey, enjoy. You're beautiful. And then we take credit. It's like, I did the right thing.
Yep.
Or I did the wrong thing. It's just, that I, and, that's how we hang on to the past. I am brushing my teeth, but feeling guilty over the shirt on the floor.
Yes.
That's not it. It's like, this is the trip. This is the trip. This is the trip on the way to the toothbrush, noticing. Brushing the teeth, guilty over the shirt. Dun, 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 dun. No, just brush your teeth, be present and notice, notice, notice. I can't do war with this head.
Wow.
I at some point war. It just became such an ancient, old, moldy, just like it was just an old way that just seems crazy now to look back on, and yet so simple to look back on with compassion, because you are what's left of me. You are in me, and I care deeply. So, sweetheart, you just brush your teeth and just notice. Okay, precious.
Thank you.
Oh, kiss Brooklyn for me. Okay. Oh, so Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Good morning from California.
Good morning from Vancouver Island.
Oh, from where?
Vancouver Island.
Oh, honey, hi. Oh.
Hi. So I have a worksheet I did.
Okay.
Just one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have advice about how long after an event occurs that incites these emotions, this mental war, until you actually sit down and do a worksheet? Like, should you wait a certain amount of time or do it right away?
You know, there's an app, there's a work app. And for me, my pattern is every morning, and I put these thoughts, some would call it a head. I would put these thoughts on paper. Okay. And it just continued to, I continued till I'm at home in myself. Okay. So that app was made for that. And it's you can do it on your phone, you can do it on a pad, you can I think you can have it all. But for me, the morning practice, because our mind is clearer in the morning than it is later on, because the ego has had an opportunity to plant the toothbrush, the shirt on the floor, the bed, we're fresher in the mornings, more open maybe, and I think we all have to experience for ourselves. Okay, so your worksheet, was it on the disagreement last night? Okay, and the situation?
So my husband is a dentist, and we recently purchased some commercial space to do some work out of there. Not right away, but in like a year or two. So in the meantime, I thought that I would be involved with doing some of the work to get this business off of the ground. But it turns out that he doesn't want me involved. So we were standing in the kitchen, and he was putting up some shelves on the wall, and I started talking to him about business plans, and he told me that he didn't want me involved with it.
Okay, so I can see he's hanging something on the wall. And are you sitting down or standing?
I'm standing at the counter just doing dishes and stuff.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Ask him about, planning for the new business. Okay, so let's look at number 1. So I hope you're all in the kitchen so we can all be there together and do our work as Sarah and I move through this. So number 1 on the worksheet, those of you new to the work, the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet has 6 questions on it. And she has filled those in with what she was thinking and believing last evening with her husband. Okay,
So I said I am angry and hurt with Steve because he doesn't want me involved at all in his business.
Okay, so this is a meditative process. So he doesn't want you involved at all in his business.
Mm-hmm.
So be there now, listen to his words. Yes, he said it. And is it true? Can you really know that it's true that he doesn't want you involved at all in his business?
Well, my first, is it true? I would say yes.
Okay. Now, can you really know that it's true? Now, don't give up that yes until you see something that would shift it. And if you don't see anything that would shift it as you contemplate the question, then your answer is still yes. So, we don't want the ego to interfere, because now we're questioning this thought. He doesn't want me involved at all in his business.
It's still a yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now notice how you react. Go to your emotions first. How do you react? What happens when you believe the thought? He doesn't want you involved at all in his business.
I feel like I want to cry. I feel very insulted. Embarrassed. Angry. I feel very distant from him, like he's a stranger to me. Like, who is this person?
Yeah. No, be there now. Hear his words. Look at him. Be where you are. Who would you be without the thought? He doesn't want me involved at all in his business. So listen to his words, drop your Post-its, take it in. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay?
Yes, I would just be doing the dishes, I guess, and watching him put up the shelf and be appreciative that he was putting
now
up the shelf.
don't guess. Be there now. Just hear his words. Look at the next dish. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay? It's so important that we get in touch with, other than what we're thinking and believing. You're okay. He's okay.
Yes.
All is well. And I'm talking about our physical being as much as anything. You're okay.
I guess my heart was racing so fast at the time. Like I was so physically uncomfortable that it's hard to think of the situation with me not feeling that way.
Yeah, so that's the invitation. That's where I'm inviting you.
Yeah, it's a very nice place. Otherwise, I'm very content, very comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
It's a beautiful view out the window. It's beautiful. I really like that kitchen.
So other than what you're thinking and believing, so good to know you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm totally okay.
So he doesn't want me involved at all in his business. Turn it around. I don't want me.
I don't want me involved in his business.
At all.
At all.
So now it's like noodle that. Try that on. I don't want me involved at all in his business. Now you've had the experience of being okay just where you were. with the
Yeah.
dishes and the beautiful view. I don't want me involved at all in his business.
Yeah, that feels very comfortable. That feels truer, actually. Yes.
So now let's look at it. I don't want me involved at all in his business.
Mm.
Anything else? Look at the work that has just been taken off of you.
Yeah, and it opens up my life to my own life. I've always sort of tried to piggyback on what he's done or doing, and he's always encouraged me to do my life. So this opens up my door to tons of possibilities, different things I could do.
You're free.
I'm free. Yeah.
His income and you're free.
Yes. And that's what he told me.
And the truth is, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
And there seem to be a lot of perks within that I'm okay that you're getting in touch with.
Yes.
So let's try it on. Let's push the envelope.
Okay.
He doesn't want me involved at all in his business. He does want me involved in his business.
Yeah. Well, I would say probably like when he comes home and talks about things or wants some advice, he asks for it. And that would be sort of being involved. It's just not like, you know, directly involved like how I vision it, like being in the office and like doing physical things like paperwork or dealing with staff or stuff like that. But if he has confident, like if he needs a confidant, he does come to me. So that would be being involved.
Major.
Yeah. Yes. He said I could look at the reports every day that are generated at the end of the day if I wanted to look at them and be involved that way.
Confidant.
Mm.
Unbiased.
Yes.
You know, you found yes, yes in the first two questions, and now we've seen that he does want you involved in the business. As a confidant, he even said as much.
He did.
He didn't
I
use the word
guess
confidant, but
it wasn't how I envisioned my involvement in the business. Wasn't what I pictured for myself.
yeah.
Or what I feel I would be good at or useful for.
So now it looks like you've got it all. You've got the best of all of it.
I can see that.
You have your own life.
Yes.
You're freed up for that.
Yes.
He has someone he can talk to when he comes home.
Yes.
And you have someone you can talk about your life to when he comes home.
Yes, he would like that very much. Because he said that was one thing that he said. He doesn't want us to be together 24/7, because then there's nothing that I get to share with him that's new, or
oh my goodness.
yeah. But I feel like when he said he didn't want me to be involved in the day-to-day runnings of the business, it like just made me feel like nothing, like I was worthless, like that he didn't want
That's how you perceived it.
Yes.
And what we're discovering here, he even said as much. Let's look at 3.
Okay. So in this situation,
you know, one of the things I love about my life is the ability to let go of winning and losing, because that's where I find the gift.
right.
Go of winning and losing, and my eyes can just see so clearly what we're discovering here. Let's look at 3.
Steve shouldn't overlook me. He should want to work together to have the greatest business possible. He shouldn't push me away and act like I'm a detriment to him.
Steve overlooked you. Is it true? With what we've discovered so far, he overlooked you. Is it true?
No.
So just feel that it's you have reason, you have reasons to really see that now. And there are areas he did overlook you, but he was clear where he did overlook you. He doesn't want you in the middle of his everyday and then coming home together, and it's all about the office, and we go to the office, it's all about the office, and there's nothing fresh.
Mm-hmm. He said that, yeah. No, he didn't overlook me.
And how do you react in that situation? Witness how you reacted when you believed the thought he overlooked you.
Oh, I felt like in my body, I just felt awful. My heart was racing. I was sweating. My voice was raised. It felt so awful. It felt like I was talking to an enemy. Like he was like I felt so aggressive in my look towards him, in my body language. The dishes got washed really well. That pot got scrubbed real hard. But it was almost like a vibration. Like I was just like,
it's horrible.
Horrible.
Now, there is
I almost feel sorry for myself thinking back on it, how I felt, because it was so horrible that I had to feel that. I feel sorry for myself that I did that I had to feel that.
Yeah. And then he takes the blame for it. His fault that you're feeling that way with what you're believing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when you're describing that horrible emotional outbreak, so close your eyes.
Okay.
You're believing that he overlooked you. Now, notice in your mind's eye, if you can get that still, you're in touch with the emotions, the emotional. So what was the internal movie playing of the past and the future?
the past, definitely, like, we've done this once before and I wasn't involved, and I didn't know about financial things that happened that I should have known about that were detrimental towards me and him. And so I feel like I see pictures of that happening again, where there's going to be financial problems, or there'll be just staff problems that will be a big problem, and we'll have to repeat that. And in the future, I see him smiling, having a good time with people at work, and he's happy and jovial, and I'm just not involved, and I'm sort of the like stay at home, like I feel like I'm so distant from him, like he has more fun without me. It's a better.
So really you're just stashed out of, just tucked away, and he has this great life. And
Yeah, I'm an afterthought. I just sort of pick up his underwear and
yeah. So he so you see those images of past, future.
Yeah.
Okay, so close your eyes.
Okay.
Now you see that image of you seeing the financial difficulties in the past.
Yeah.
And what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the images of you in the future where it's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. And all those other images. Mm-hmm. Okay, of you just this someone to do the dishes and pick up the shirts, and he's at work laughing, having this great time with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, now you see that daydream.
Mm-hmm.
It was going on in that argument.
Yes.
That's a movie. You see you of the past. Mm-hmm. You see you in the future. Mm-hmm. And then there's you angry. Okay, mm-hmm. So that question, who am I? Where was the authentic? Was it the one in the past, the one in the future, or the one so angry, so hurt, so frightened, mm-hmm. so panicked, so mm-hmm. left out, disrespected? Mm-hmm.
I was definitely that one.
Okay. Okay, so be there, go there again. You're definitely that one.
Yeah.
Now, who are you without those images, that daydream of past, future? Without those, is it even possible to be upset?
It's not possible. I could only be supportive.
So you were caught in the dream, what all, I imagine, the great sages refer to as the dream. Mm. Life is a dream. Mm. So,
but Katie, when you look at, like, I can totally appreciate that, but I can see, like, I have physical pictures of our previous business, or I have physical paperworks of those financial documents, or I have physical, okay. Like, so okay. How?
So you look at the pictures, mm-hmm. and what you are imagining in your head in the daydream of past, future, as you look at those physical pictures, mm-hmm. are the physical pictures hurting you, or what you are daydreaming past, future onto the pictures?
Yeah, the pictures aren't hurting me. No.
No, honey. No more than your husband was hurting you last night. Imagination is everything. And nothing And you are your own proof. Look at those pictures in your mind's eye without the movie.
It's just a picture of a building. It's just a picture.
So what you're thinking and believing onto the building is the cause of your suffering, not the building or the picture. Oh boy.
That is true. That is true. Yes.
When we are questioning our thoughts, we are losing what the ego holds most sacred. Its life depends on you being asleep to that dream.
I guess what's like, you know, even in my day-to-day life, I'll be doing little things and I'll like start, like the work will just be like in my mind. And then this situation came up last night. And like Steve and I don't fight often. And so like it was so fast and so hot right away that, so and even while we were.
So your ego is obviously very threatened. It's fighting for its life and it comes on strong, and without inquiry, we just live in everything from mild irritation to horror, fear.
But in the middle of it, like once that fury, that anger comes up, you're in the middle of this heated argument or discussion or whatever. He even said to me, "You need to do the work." And that made me even more annoyed because I knew he was right, but it's like, oh, like.
Yeah, we don't like to be told anything that would cease to leave what we're thinking and believing as invalid.
Yes.
You were in your dream and he was basically saying, wake up. And I love that you would go through with the dream, you know, you're not punching each other out, and then put it on paper the way that you've done.
So is that like you saying that I saw the dream through, we completed the discussion and it cooled down and what have you, and then I was cool enough to do this worksheet, but is it a failure to see that discussion through, or is it like, should I have stopped midway?
Not a failure. It's just what wants to be worked next. Earth school.
Right.
It's not about it's Earth school. Everything else is just the props to necessary in Earth school. Your husband's he's your thing.
He is a good teacher.
Yeah. So he overlooked me. Turn it around. I
overlooked me. I overlooked me.
Because that you in your mind's eye of the past, that you in your mind's eye of the future, and he was in the past movie and in that past future as you were standing there in the argument. Now, those aren't real people. Those are imagined people. You're imagining that's you and him. You're imagining that's you and him. And no, the two of you are who am I? You know, to get real and own you're not a movie in that situation. And well, this is hard to say because none of it's really true. It's just as close as words can take us.
Okay.
That you are the one upset because you're asleep to the movie. You're believing there are like a million of you. Past, future, all those images. And as you watch them, the fear and fear.
Why does it feel so real then?
Because you're a believer. You really think imagination is you when you yourself are standing there suffering. Obviously, you're the closest thing to you is the one in the moment.
Right. Right.
And
Yes.
that's the only one you can get in touch with,
Okay.
because it's the one that is living in the least time
Yeah.
illusion.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. He shouldn't overlook me. Turn it around.
I shouldn't overlook him.
Yeah. So now close your eyes, follow the simple direction, be there now, and don't overlook him.
He's trying to tell me something. He was speaking like it was like there was like a desperation to his voice, and he was trying to tell me how he felt, and I only cared about what I felt. I overlooked his feelings in it, and I overlooked the validation of, and overlooked validating him. Yeah, I did. And I overlook what he does for me on a daily basis. Like you said, I have it all, and I overlook it every day. I don't tell him enough how I appreciate it. I overlook him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now, these living turnarounds, we begin in this work. So close your eyes in that situation. Hear him, don't overlook him.
Okay.
It's practice for when he does show up.
Okay.
In the apparent physical in your life. Okay, so
okay.
I shouldn't overlook him, so just be there now.
Okay.
Yeah. In that situation.
What do you want me to do? Sorry.
Just to, I shouldn't overlook him. So just to see him in that situation last night.
Yes. Yes.
Which we're all witnessing you're doing really well at. But I just want all of us to understand we don't wait until later.
Okay.
Yes, we live it out later in our
Okay.
appreciation, but not to miss it.
Okay. I'm not missing it.
We're doing the work. Yes. Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it clearly.
So he shouldn't overlook me. Turned around, he should.
He should overlook me. He should. Yeah.
Okay, now I would look back at that business and where, you were in debt, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
What you saw as failures.
Yeah. I'm really not qualified to do anything in his business.
So just feel that.
And I am qualified to do other things, and he encourages me to do them.
Yeah.
He invests in me to do them. He only wants for me to invest in myself. Yeah, he should overlook me with his business.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be there. I have no business being there.
Oh,
I could bring them cookies or lunch.
Yes.
Or,
the good stuff, the fun stuff.
Yeah.
You're free. You don't have business hours.
No, it's true. I could do all those things that are just kind and generous because I can.
Because you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings you joy. That's so good to know. They have like like 9 to 12 hours or whatever they are, and you have all this freedom to make a difference.
Yeah.
In your own life, other people's lives.
And he just goes to work to facilitate the fact that we would have money in order for me to just, my biggest thought would be of the day would be what sort of act of kindness I could do for them or for other people. Like, how wonderful is that?
And that would give you an excellent life.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm fighting against it. Like, that's the craziness.
Yeah, that's the ego loves it. Its job is secure in it.
It's just unbelievable. And I put it on him.
You know, you bring back this thing I love is that life is happening for us.
It is.
And when we believe our thoughts, we imagine it's working against us and it's not fair, and we become victims.
And I tried to tell myself that, and I couldn't see my way out of it last night. I couldn't.
It's just unfinished business. So he should want to work together with you. Turn it around. I should want to work together with him.
I should want to work together with him.
As he laid it out last night and was very clear about it.
He was very clear about it, yes.
I should want to work together with him.
I should want to work together with him.
Just feel that, contemplate that turnaround.
Well, it's just my ego that says that one job is more important than the other. But, you know, I would be lying if I said I don't enjoy supporting him by making him dinner or taking care of the kids and stuff. But my ego wants to tell me that stuff's not as important as, you know, filing paper or dealing with patients or.
Well, you have every avenue to travel in for that too. Just not in that dental practice.
Not there.
I should not want to work together.
I should not want to work together.
Yeah. No. Okay, so let's move from and as much time as we've taken with number 3, there's still so much juicy stuff to sit in there, honey, and meditate in. Okay, so that being said, let's move to 4.
Okay. I need Steve to say he will work together with me, that he values my ideas and inputs. He should be appreciative that I want to help, and he should see how valuable I am.
Okay, so to be happy, I don't need him to say. Read it that way and feel it.
To be happy,
For me to be happy.
For me to be happy, I do not need Steve to say he will work together with me, that he values my ideas and inputs.
For you to be happy.
No, I don't need that for to be happy. No.
For me to be happy, I don't need him to say he will work together.
For me to be happy, I do not need him to say that we'll work together.
No, he's set you free and you're catching up with him.
Yeah. Yes. It's been taking a lot of years to catch up. And that's why this one just keeps coming back.
You know what I love, what I haven't said, but this is the 3rd time it's come up, so I'll say it.
Okay.
You had, it seems, some financial setbacks in the last business.
Yeah.
And to be happy, I need me to say, I will work. Okay, I'm just going to say it without that. It's how can he, what could he do to be your hero? He can make all that right this time without your help.
Yeah,
He can give you something without you taking credit for it.
Ooh. Yes. Yes.
That is receiving a great gift like that on your part is one of the greatest gifts we can give.
To receive it.
Yes.
Yes.
He can come home and tell you how work's gone, and you're not saying, well, that's not what really happened, or I didn't see it that way, or I think that dun, 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 dun. He can come home and wow you and bring the money home and be the one that's giving it.
Yes. It goes back to what you were talking about earlier with the winning. The winning, need to win. The winning and losing. That's so, oh, that is so powerful. Because in the desire to want to win, in this competition with him, this unspoken competition with him, it's always about winning. And you're right, I do not receive gracefully, which is
you
lose respect,
and you lose respect for his giving nature and his masculinity and all of it.
Yes.
The way around, it would be losing if it were the other way around, but it would be like losing respect for your femininity, it's just.
Yes.
And those are just, descriptions of gender as we see them here in the world, but they are valid in the world because when we are giving, what comes back is shocking.
Yes. Yes. Well, giving and receiving, I guess, are one, right?
Oh, honey, they really are. The moment you receive what he's bringing home from work is the moment
I'm giving him that ability to give.
Yes.
And he does, like every day after supper, he says, thank you for dinner. And he said that to me last night. He said, I always say thank you to you. And he does. And I don't reciprocate it back.
You are obviously amazing. I mean, business-wise and mother-wise, wife-wise, just amazing. That's what he's competing with.
Oh, I never thought of it that way. Ever. Ever.
He has an opportunity to give to you something.
Wow.
And as you receive the gift he's giving you, you're giving one. But only as you receive the gift he's giving you.
My ego would never allow me to see that. Never. Wow.
This is lovemaking. This is respect. This is let go.
Yeah.
This is awakening.
It's humbling.
This is humbling.
It's humbling.
This is something beautiful.
And I can feel in my body, I can feel literally sounds so cheesy, but I can literally feel my heart space expanding. Like I can feel this, like this morning I was still, as I was like looking at this, in tears over it and still had that anger and vibration. It's just like totally being replaced by this sense of peace and love and calm and assuredness. It's really a bizarre, like I can feel it.
Yeah. That's because you're waking up to a truth that was completely hidden. And it's so liberating.
Is it ever? I just want to call him now and just tell him,
just say, oh,
thank
thank you for
him.
last night, honey.
Thank him.
You were amazing. I could, what you say makes sense to me now. And
Yes.
what would you like for dinner?
It's true.
Yeah. Or you could say, and I'm going out for dinner. I mean, you're free.
I am. Wow.
Okay. To be happy, I need me to say that that he will not work with me. To say that he values, to say that I value his ideas and inputs, and to appreciate him. Yeah, those are all turnarounds, and you can work with these because these turnarounds are what you need to be happy in this situation. And as far as the financial, just spending this time with you, if he ever does get in trouble, you're looking at you can see the daily things. You may not even be interested in them.
Probably
Maybe
not.
yeah, this is his. But it's never too late to step in and say, honey, I'm always here if you need me. And I'm here to back you.
And that's true. And that's true.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And if it ever gets financially rough, please let me know in enough time where we can share it together. Because I want to be a part of your life.
And that's honest.
It's like you. Let's look at 5.
Okay. Steve is controlling, short-sighted, full of himself, arrogant, demeaning, mean, and cruel.
Okay, in that situation, I am?
In that situation, I am controlling, short-sighted, full of myself, arrogant, demeaning, mean, and cruel. Yeah.
So now these are a part of this conversation, is you're all these turnarounds that you've questioned them, we've turned them around, and then a discussion can sound like, honey, I want you to know that I'm aware of something. Last night I was controlling, I was short-sighted, I was so full of myself and arrogant.
Yeah.
I apologize that I was so demeaning and mean and cruel. And then silently, like a secret, live to make it right.
Live to make it right.
Live to make it right. It's like where you're demeaning and you notice it, just admit it, apologize, start over. This is not about how to live. This is not about him. This is how you would have a happy life. When you're demeaning, it's not like you. When you're being mean, it's not like you. These things fill us with guilt, arrogant.
Yes, guilt.
Fill us with guilt, full of ourselves, controlling. It's our own poison, and then they take the rap. But
the guilt is bad.
It is the ego's life depends on it. It just does.
Yeah.
And it will give it its best shot. All of you online today, that ego, it doesn't rest. It will give you its best shot. And the only way it's not even an escape, because the ego is really nothing. And yet it controls identity. So to wake up to reality is to wake up to your true nature. And that's an egoless state of mind. So, and we do our kindest lives there. So let's, and he is controlling. What is the opposite of controlling?
Freeing.
Okay. So last night he was freeing.
Yeah. He told me. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Told me to do what I wanted.
Yeah. Short-sighted. The opposite?
He was clear-minded. He's like short-sighted to me was like he doesn't see the big picture, but he does, which is why he asked me not to be there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
He was looking at the long picture for someone else.
Yes.
And seeing things that would affect the relationship he has, the two of you have, and
yes,
and full of himself, the opposite, selfless.
He's selfless. Yeah, he goes to work every day for us.
Oh my, arrogant. Opposite of arrogant.
Humble. Yeah, he is. He is.
Opposite of demeaning.
Uplifting.
Yeah, it took less than 24 hours for you to wake up to the cause of your suffering last night. That's not a little thing. Mean, the opposite of mean and cruel.
Kind.
Yeah, so these are also things. And last night, sweetheart, what I've come to experience, looking at it again, is you were, and then these opposites.
Yes.
Okay. And then 6.
I don't ever want Steve to tell me that I'm not needed and to make me feel small.
I'm willing for Steve.
I'm willing for Steve to tell me that I'm not needed, and I'm willing for Steve to make me feel small.
Yeah. Now, he isn't guilty of any of these, but your mind perceived it that way. So I look forward to him.
I look forward to him telling me I'm not needed.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to being made to feel small.
Yes, because what I'm thinking and believing about a person, if I feel like, for example, someone's telling me that I'm not needed, it's a worksheet. And, I say that, looking at your work, but for myself, when someone says, I don't need you, I have been spared. I've done enough of this work that it's automatic. When someone says, go away, I'm so happy with that. I turn and move because everything is equal.
Yeah. Yes.
When someone makes me feel small, I've got a worksheet because what I'm thinking and believing about what they say and are doing is making me feel small, never that human being.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to, I'm willing to, I look forward to. Honey, what a beautiful mind you have. And the way it meets your heart so fluidly is I can see why he loves and adores you and would want that mind to be home with the children and what you love, and to also go out into the world and fly.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, honey.